Hi dears, it's Katie, your lovely little lesbian. Today I thought I'd introduced a character design to you guys. My friends recently challenged me to design a non-binary superhero, someone who would be using they/them pronouns and, perhaps do a better job than a certain very big corporation, and preferably not name them something like, I don't know, offensive to a whole community. Anyway, I decided to pick a character that was already kicking around in my head, named Rook, who varies from they/them to she, her, or somewhere in between, and sometimes he, him, based on the sort of setting that I stick them in, because I do that, where my characters have been in 7 different worlds and I see how they play out differently, and that's just kind of what I find fun. The idea behind Rook was to have somebody who is very energetic and very enthusiastic and kind, but perhaps has a bit more of an edge to them. I wanted a superhero that was more like Spider-Man, community-based, caring about people, and perhaps not always financially stable, as the case may be. I didn't necessarily want a photographer. I leaned more into the idea of somebody who was athletic and particularly a swimmer. That was an image I thought would be a lot of fun, and why I chose some of the colors later that you'll see. The character of Rook is likely going to be early 20s or mid-20s. The uniform for them I haven't decided on yet, nor the name of their superhero form. But I've got quite the cast of characters, and I'll try to post a few of their designs as well. A trans character and a gender character. The idea behind Rook is the true hero, someone who is genuinely very good, but also may let villains go. Say if the villain is robbing a jewelry store, that is less egregious than somebody who is, say, going around beating up people or inciting violence. And I thought that would be a lot of fun to explore as the superhero genre, just to introduce something very different than the big movies and Avengers that we've been seeing. I'm not actually partial to superhero comics. I don't read a lot of them, so feel free to let me know when I need to know and correct me if I need corrections. But from what I have observed, it's all too often a simple punch them and run away, or punch the bad guys and you win, or you put them in jail and everything's good. And I think that's sort of a failure in story writing. I think it's so much more interesting to explore the nuance of morality and superpowers. I've always been a fan of X-Men, especially when I was a kid, and I've always been a fan of Spider-Man and the variety of superhero stories where they explore not necessarily superheroes as a genre, but rather the ramifications of unique and special powers. Which leads us to another big question. What is Rook's superpower? I liked the idea of leaning into somewhere between the Flash and maybe Static Shock from the late 90s, if anyone remembers that TV show, short-lived. I'm also just always partial to Batman Beyond. I thought that was very interesting when it came out. So I wanted to lean into a futuristic design, I wanted to lean into somebody very sporty, and the more I thought about it, the more I thought it would be interesting to have a character with boundless energy. It's a bit of strength, it's a bit of speed. I don't think they're going to be able to fly, although I might change that, and I certainly think it's an idea that could very easily be expanded on, because energy comes out in all these different forms, as light, as sound, as heat, and it offers a lot of opportunity for creativity. Say, rather than beat up villains or somebody running away, they could blind them. And because the whole theme and idea is about looking into energy and directing energy and pointing it in the right direction, I think Rook is going to end up being a very sort of lively character and also having a lot of sort of options and tricks at their disposal. But that also leaves me with a bit of a dilemma. I have no idea what to name the superhero. Obviously, you have the mild-mannered form that I'm currently drawing, but we also want to explore what the superhero is named and clearly give a super suit, which I will hopefully post maybe next time, or maybe I'll draw another one of the characters. I think it'd be a lot of fun to maybe do a lineup of all of them, just to sort of see and identify what different roles they might serve, but also playing around with the tropes of superhero comics and storylines, but introducing the variety of the gender spectrum that we don't always see, which is sad. Like, if you're going to have people who can fly through the air, turn into weather formations, or able to steal other people's minds and memories and bodies, why would you not indulge in how that might change or impact somebody's view of themselves and view of their gender? I know if I could turn into any body whatsoever, I don't think I would be comfortable any longer using a monogendered pronoun. I almost feel like I would have to start using they and them when describing my core humanity. And that's not the case with Rook, although that would be really cool, but there are a lot of shapeshifters out there that, or rather, there's a lot of characters that are they-thems that happen to be shapeshifters. I want to see where this may go. I am really interested in exploring character. I love the idea of introducing villains and anti-heroes, and I have a few planned out that you may have seen at the start of the video. But either way, if you have a suggestion for the energy-themed superhero, our swimmer slash runner slash friendly local hero of the day, then please do write it down in the comment section. I really want to hear what you guys think of this character, what you think would be interesting stories to explore, and what you think the other characters are going to be like as I introduce them to you. And hopefully this will be a big project where I can talk about character and cast design and how to make a big, diverse, but coherent group. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for stopping by and spending your time with me. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see all of you lovelies next time. Take care and be safe out there. Mwah!